Hey guys, before I get to this, just letting you know this is the best title I find. Look, when I said Sesame Street 56 is disappointment mostly, that does not mean it's not really disappointed. This is the only best title I could think of, so that's the only thing I can say about it. But however, I still love Sesame Street, but I really wanted to go ahead and talk about some things about it, so yeah. So, anyways, Sesame Street Season 56, which is now released on Netflix now. I know, after that freaking HBO treatment. Yeah, HBO, you piece of shit. Excuse my language, sorry. But anyways, so, so, that did not change a bit. So, that's why Sesame Street is back with their new season for season 56. And, I'm gonna be honest right now. Holy sheesh, they really changed a lot from Sesame Street. I am not kidding. They really change a lot. Yeah, they really change. They just changed Sesame Street forever, by the way, if you are wondering. Just because I said that, that doesn't mean I was not doing that for a reason. So, man, they really changed Sesame Street a lot now. I mean, I'm surprised that this show has still been going ever since 1969. And we got some new cultural Muppet characters since 2021. And we got puppies. Elmo's adopting puppy named Tango. That's Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this. I want to go ahead and get some things out of my way. So even though Sesame Street is now on Netflix, that doesn't mean what you think. So let's just say Sesame Street is not really the same that what you guys think. Now, my recommendation, I want you guys to watch one episode on Sesame Street on Netflix so you can see the difference. I want you guys to just watch one or two episodes to see. I watch all the full episodes. All of the full episodes. But yeah. You know, something, you know, look, I love Sesame Street, but I'm a little bit disappointed at the new season. Now, before I say anything, it's not about the episodes themselves, like 11 segment. It used to be an hour long, but ever since season 45 or season 46, in that matter when they all started, so it's been a while. They have been now doing this 30-minute segment, mostly 25 or 28-second segment, mostly. But you get the point. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about something. So now all I would say is that we have a new Sesame Street intro now. Yeah, we got a new intro for Sesame Street. It's only for like 20 seconds long, or was it 20 to 25 seconds mostly? I think it's mostly 20 to 25 seconds. and you got like Elmo, you got Grover, you got Abby, you got oh gosh darn it, I can't even. Gosh, I'm sorry, I'm pressing the wrong buttons on my on this freaking YouTube thing. I'm just going to search it again. Okay, let's try again. Sorry. You got like in the intro, you got Elmo, you got Cookie Monster, you got, of course, Tango, one of the new Sesame Street characters, by the way. Well, actually, Elmo's adopting puppy, by the way, which Elmo has a pet before. Dolphy, Goldfish. That doesn't matter. Also, we got Grover, we got Abby, we got Bert and Ernie, we got Rosita, we got Big Bird, and we got, of course, these new characters. Those two Culture Muppet characters. Forgot their names, but they are new characters, by the way, as well, since 2021. But anyways, I would say the new intro is kind of good, but the little issue of the new intro has not a lot of humans in it. The only humans we see in this intro is mostly the kids. Not Alan, not the other kid. There was mostly someone retiring. Well, Bob passed away, mostly. Yeah, that's a long time ago. But yeah, I would say this: the new Sesame Street intro is pretty good. At least we get to see Big Bird in here, but only for like 2-3 seconds. And then in the after the intro, we see him at the end as well. But yeah, also they also been doing these new little kind of like hearts in the background. They got the little line or I did ball about come out in the backgrounds, which is kind of weird to be honest, because I know they did that before, but they're only doing like these 2D little sticker things or whatever it's called, but still. And we only have like 4 episodes. Like we only have like 4 episodes for right now. Like Elmo went away. There was 1 episode from Abby. There's 1 episode from Cookie Monster with the treats, and there was 1 episode of Abby. Mostly the season so far was mostly been focused on Elmo, Cookie Monster, Abby, and Grover. I understand, but dude, can we even see Soy sometimes? I know we saw Soy. I saw Soy once in the episode, and there's Telly and Baby Bear. There's freaking Count from Count. There's freaking Mr. Snuffleupagus and that. Come on, give us some more. You know what? Yeah, let's just say the new Sesame Street season's a little bit disappointed, but it's not really disappointed. I just cannot find the best title for it. And oh yes, the new segments. Oh yeah, before I say anything, there's only 3 segments. Yeah, there's only 3 segments. Do you guys remember? Oh my gosh, this one's really disappointed. Do you guys remember the letter of the day, or the number of the day, or the open segments of "Hi, welcome to Sesame Street"? Like today, we're gonna be learning about, and also at the end of the before the end of the credits, Elmo said, "We hope you have fun learning something on Sesame Street." Well, they don't even do that. They're not doing that anymore. I have heard about this just now. I have heard about this. I did not know about this over a year ago when they announced this. Dude. Bro, the letter of the day and the number of the day are the most important things for kids to learn about. But now they're not going to learn shit because they don't even have that on the segments anymore. Dude, I'm a little bit disappointed about that because the letter of the day and the number of the day are the most important things that came out from Sesame Street. And now they're going to replace it because thanks to HBO. But still. And I am disappointed. Just because we have the new season from Sesame Street, after those 55 seasons, dude, Sesame Street is not going to be the same anymore. Now, I'm not trying to be rude, but this is just being serious. Like, without the freaking letter of the day, old enough with the day, without the opening segments and the outro segments, Sesame Street won't be the same anymore. Look, I get it, Elmo's the host now, but still. Jesus. I understand. Kids nowadays, they're not gonna learn shit without the number of the days or letter of the days. Excuse my language, but still. Because this is serious. Like, those were really important. Why did they have to remove those? Thank you, HBO. I hope you're proud of this, by the way. But still, that's not fair, man. I mean, come on, that's not fair. That's not even fair. Dude, that's not even fair. Because Sesame Street been focusing on the letter of the day ever since season 1. And the number of the day. And now they're not going to be doing those anymore. Like, why? Like, they're not going to be doing those anymore. Which is a shame. Like, bro, they won't be the same anymore without them. And speaking of which, the only segments that we only have from Sesame Street, it's mostly the same clips. Mostly the same ones. It's just the same ones. Well, except for one. Besides, of course, Cookie Monster and Grover's Foodie Truck and the Elmo World reboot, even though they keep playing those same episodes over and over and over. Which I don't know why you keep doing this, Sesame Street Workshop or whatever. Why you always keep playing the same episodes that we already been watching from years ago? I mean, I don't know why they keep doing that. Like, I do not know why they keep doing that. I just do not know why they... Also, there used to be Abby's Flying Amazing Adventure, or it used to be Abby's Flying School that I used to remember, but I remember that other segment from Elmo and... What's that Black Muppet name again? Gabrielle? That's another new Sesame Street character, by the way. Yeah, I think that's her name. They have made a little segment with that one, and they also made another segment of Elmo and Tango of Mystery, Furry Friends, whatever it's called again. There was another segment of Sesame Street Mega Beatles, which I didn't care about it, to be honest. But yeah, those have been replaced. So instead, we only have Cookie Monster and Foodie Truck, which means it's just the same episodes, and Elmo's World, not the old one, but the reboot kind of one. They've been playing those same episodes over and over and over. I don't understand why. I'm talking about from those old episodes. I just don't know why. I do not know why they did that. But we got one new segment from Sesame Street, and that is the Tales from 1, 2, 3, which is just the same animation from 2 or 3 years now. If you don't know what kind of animation I'm talking about, you probably already know since the 2021 animation or 2022 animation, or whatever you want to call it. They've been using that same animation ever since. But yeah, this was the same. Like, this is the new segment from Sesame Street Tales of 1, 2, 3, and I have saw all the 4 episodes, and I gotta say, they were actually really good. Like, they were actually pretty good. But I have one problem. But I'll get to that in a minute. But I would say this. There's only 3 episodes that were new. It's like, they have been doing a great job with sort of Elmo and Tango. They got Grover. They got Big Boy. They don't even have Big Boy in there yet. They got Cookie Monster. and Abby and Oscar. And there was one episode with Ernie and Bert, and I do appreciate that as well. But in episode 3 from season 56, they play episode 1 again. Like, why? In episode 3, I think it was the Abby one episode, they've been playing that same episode again. I'm not kidding. They've been playing that same episode again. From episode 1. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. Yeah, they've been playing that same episode again. I'm not surprised. To be honest, I'm not surprised at this point, but yeah, this was a weird thing, by the way. They've been playing that same episode, which it was 2 episodes later, and they played that episode again. Which I don't know why. Just because it was a new segment series, that doesn't mean you have to play that episode again. Jesus. As for the West, there's also a new outro, by the way, but instead they replaced the freaking smarter, stronger Kano, thanks to HBO. And they also removed "We Hope You Have Fun" something on Sesame Street, which they don't even have that now. But disappointment. They have a new Sesame Street outro, but it's just Elmo, Cookie Monster, Grover, Abby, and Tangles in the credits. That's it. They're just dancing. Dancing. That's it. They're just dancing. Which that's okay, but that doesn't even mean it's not the same what you think. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's what the outro is. It's just showing the end credits with Elmo, Grover, Cookie Monster, and Abby is just dancing. And Tango is just in the background doing whatever. Yeah, no Bert and Ernie, no Big Bird, no Rosita, no Zoe, no Telly or Baby Bell, no Gronger or whatever is not in this outro. Oh, count from count. Now, well, for Murray, I have to agree about those. Sesame Street won't be bringing back Murray because his puppet performer quit. Could have given him a replace for us. Jesus. But anyways, yeah. But that's it. All of the same 4 episodes is just going to be the same thing. Every 4 episodes from right now from Sesame Street 56, it's just playing those same things. Besides the real 4 episodes. The only thing that's just not different is just the 11-minute segments. But that's about it. The words are just the same. Where for the Tales of 1, 2, 3, it's only just 3 episodes, but for 1 episode it's just the same. So yeah, guys, that's my thoughts about the Sesame Street 56 so far. And I would say this, yeah, it's really disappointing. Because, don't get me wrong, I love Sesame Street. But it's kind of a shame that it's not the same anymore after those past 55 seasons. Thanks to HBO, I think Sesame Street now there's also a former shell now. Now, not to be rude, no. I love Sesame Street. I really love Sesame Street. But the new Sesame Street season is a little bit disappointment. Because there was no Word of the Day, there was no Number of the Day, there was no opening segment before the intro, all the end credits before the outro or whatever. And then playing the same thing with Cookie Monster's Foodie Truck again, and then playing the same thing with Elmo's World Reboot again. And that's about it. And the only thing that's new so far is just the Tales of 1, 2, 3. And that's about it. The rest is just replaced. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, Sesame Street is not pretty the same anymore. Well, not really the same, but still pretty not the same anymore. I get at the point about what's been going on with Sesame Workshop with HBO, but I'm fine with Netflix for saving Sesame Street, but I really didn't have my high hopes for it. I should have really seen that coming. It was just going to be the same segments and the I mean, the new intro is good, but for the outro, it's not really the same because the only just the outro is just the dancing. Like I remember the outro was just the smarter, stronger, or kinder, but that's about it. That's just about it. That's the only time we only get to see that outro for the past maybe like 9 years now. Mostly when they've been doing that. I don't even know. But yeah, the new Sesame Street season 56 is a little bit disappointed. It's really disappointing for some things, but that doesn't mean that. Look, this is the best. This is the best title I'm using. That's the only thing I'm doing for this best for Sesame Street. And also, let's not forget about Sesame Street's coming back from the Macy's parade in a few weeks. So keep in mind about that because they've been using that same flow for the past 21 years. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. But yeah, guys, remember, I still love Sesame Street, but I'm a little bit disappointed in the new season. Because, just because I said that, I mean, the new opening is good. I would do give you that. And the end credits is fine, but it's just not the same anymore, what you think. But that's all I'm going to say for the, But that's what I am going to say. I mean, it's still great to see Elmo and his friends, but I have one other big question. Who is that, character from episode 3? I think it's Abby's dog or something. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. Gosh dang, I don't even know. But however, yeah, it's a little bit disappointed. But look, I love Sesame Street. You should understand that. And I'm sorry that what they did to you from HBO. I mean, yeah, it's not the same anymore because thanks to freaking HBO freaking shutting it down. Yeah, I remember making that film last year. I remember making that film back in December. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's not the same anymore, folks. But look, just because I love Sesame Street, that doesn't really mean I never hate Sesame Street. I never hate Sesame Street. I love Sesame Street ever since I was a kid. It's just something that disappointed me is the new season. And it's not about the 11 minutes themselves. But still. That's all I'm going to say for season 56. And of course, do not forget that Sesame Street game's coming back for the Macy's parade with the same flow from 21 years now. When is Sesame Street ever getting a new flow from the Macy's parade? That's my question. I have no clue. You know what? I don't even know. Alright, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any thoughts about this new season from Sesame Street, leave your comments down below. And listen, I love Sesame Street. It's just something that disappointed me, okay? That's all I'm going to say. But remember, I still love you, Elmo, as always. Alright, everyone, thank you so much for watching. And, let me know what your thoughts about this. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. And as always, see you guys next time. You all take care. Stay safe. And, deuces. Whoa.